Hi, this is Coach Ray, and I just wanted to do just a quick video. I've been getting a lot of questions from, the organization that I have the great fortune to consult and coach and train. And amidst this coronavirus epidemic, pandemic, a lot of people are forced to have their team working from home. And many people struggle with this whole process. So I figured, you know what, I've been doing this for so many years and I've been helping organizations with their remote workforce that I will create these little learning snacks where you can get in and out, and we'll keep the videos pretty short. I would say 5 to 10 minutes. And then my hope is that you'll be able to, take this information and apply it as you're serving and supporting your team during this, tumultuous time. So one of the questions that I get on a regular basis when it comes to, having your team, even in a normal environment, either go from remote workers or teleworkers, or even when someone wants flex schedule and they want to be able to work from home. And typically the leader comes up with this number one concern, which is the question I want to address for this video specifically. And the question is, Ray, how do I know that they're working? Oh my goodness. So, it's one thing when you have someone in the office, it's another thing when they're at home. And some people think that this is the COVID-19 vacay, which is not the case. And although we're forced to stay at home to work, it doesn't mean that this is a vacation. So, how do I know if my team is actually working? It comes down to a couple of things. The first one is trust. It's trust. Whoop, trust. At the end of the day, as a leader, we have to trust our team. We have to trust that they're going to do the right thing. And here's the thing, when we were hiring them to begin with, obviously there should have been a level of trust. So trust is number one. And then number two is your management style. And as I'm doing this, I'm like, oh my God, I need my nails done. So your management styles. So what is your management style? When I first started on this journey, I would consider myself definitely a type A, high achieving personality driver, which sometimes a little bit of a control freak. And so if you are that person, if you have that in your DNA, and maybe your management style is kind of like bam, 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 the fact that you don't see them is probably driving you crazy. And what I know is that we have to shift a couple of things. One is have the right frame of mind. Have the right frame of mind. All right, have the right frame of mind. What do I mean by that? Well, specifically as a manager, I have to realize that how we do business is differently today. And so I have to trust that my team is going to do the right thing, but I also have to let go of this belief that just because someone is in the four walls of a building, also known as your office space, that people are actually productive, that they're actually doing work. I can't tell you, I mean, the statistic shows that the average person wastes somewhere between 2.5 hours a day doing non-productive activities. So we know for a fact just because they're in the office doesn't mean that their performance is up there, right? They could be wasting time even if they're sitting at their desk. So that's a mindset I have to shift as a manager. As an employee, I have to take the ownership and almost step into the role of, running this job that I have as if I own it, right? Becoming the boss and being responsible and knowing that I don't have someone standing over me. And even if I don't have anybody standing over me, I'm going to do the best job possible because I know what I was hired to do and I need to focus on that. Right. The other thing that I find interesting is that historically, what we know is that people who work from home normally they end up working more hours and they're actually more productive. And there's a lot of statistics and just studies on even shifting to a 4-day work week. So if you want to research that, we might cover that in another video, but it's that mindset. And then number two is having a clear criteria. So when I'm trying to figure out, is my people actually working? they need to have a clear criteria. So what does that mean? It means as a leader, I need to make sure that I am developing specific, measurable objectives, not only for the team, but also for that individual, and then holding them accountable to it. So if I'm doing that, it's just going to support everyone and making sure that we get through this work from home kind of craziness. And then the other thing I think is super important is that you monitor through ongoing communication, monitoring through ongoing communication. You know, if we think about it, when we work at an office, it's so easy to pop in someone's office, so easy to pop by somebody's desk, and you can normally get some of your answers done like immediately. And so we have to look at a different way of doing things. How do we leverage technology? How do we make sure that when we're communicating on a regular basis that we're looking at progress, that we're looking at our employees' concerns, and also giving them space to share their ideas. In a future training, we're going to share some of the best remote tools that you can use for your work at home staff. And hopefully, this was beneficial and it answered that dreadful question, how do I know that they're working? I'm super excited to be sharing these insights. And if we can support you during this time, please reach out. You know, we really want to be calm in the midst of chaos. We want to add light to your day. And we want you to know that even though this is, an epidemic and it's a time of, really uncertainty, that you as a leader can stand up and you can be that person in your team's life that will make their ability to move through this as easy as possible. I'm here to serve, and as always, I like to leave any video that I do with saying, live boldly, authentically, and courageously. Stay safe and stay well. Bye.